After putting this together, this came to mind: I hate men who hit women. Christmas, sometime in the sun-drenched, often recalled blur of the 1980s. It wasn't a typical family scene. My parents lived separate lives, but for us kids, under the twinkling truce of Christmas, my father was allowed across the threshold. He'd brought company: his mother's dog, a nervous little cloud of white fur, a miniature breed I didn't know the name of, but recall distinctly by its absolute whiteness, and apparent fragility. Short, fluffy, utterly white. I was just a kid, lost in the world of play, absorbed in the simple physics of a rolling ball. It vanished beneath the low frame of the bed, a dark, unfamiliar territory. Reaching for it, my hand brushed against something unexpected, something alive and terrified. It was the dog. Startled, disoriented in a strange house, it reacted instantly: a sharp yelp, a sudden pain, and then the sting on my face. My mother's reaction was primal. The instant she saw the bite, the blood, the fear on my face, logic dissolved. Her hand closed around the nearest object, the handle of a broom. What happened next was a blur of panicked motion, a desperate attempt to shield her child from what she perceived as a threat. The small white dog, caught in the whirlwind, didn't survive the chaotic exchange. Her grief, though overshadowed by her protective fury, was real. She hadn't set out to harm the animal, but in that fraught moment only I mattered, the fragile. Peace of the Christmas visit shattered completely when my father returned. The news of the dog's death ignited something terrible within him. It wasn't grief. It was a cold, explosive rage. His anger was a physical force, directed not at the situation, or even entirely at the dog's demise, but brutally, terrifyingly. At my mother. I don't remember the words, only the sounds, the raised voices, the raw impact, the sickening thud, and the image. An image seared into my mind like a brand. My mother, collapsing, kicked under the glittering, artificial cheer of the Christmas tree. The lights, meant to represent joy and peace, seemed to mock the scene, casting long, distorted shadows over her huddled form. That moment, etched in the soft clay of my childhood mind, wasn't just a single event. It was the forge that shaped me. It is a memory that has replayed countless times over the years, a silent film strip of trauma that flickers to life most vividly when I find myself navigating the complexities of adult relationships, particularly during moments of conflict with a significant other. The echo of that night under the Christmas tree resonates, a visceral reminder of the power dynamics and the ultimate betrayal of violence within a relationship, and because of it, a bedrock conviction was formed within me, one that has never wavered. I despise, with every fiber of my being, any man who would dare raise a hand in anger against a woman. Okay, it's a lot more where that came from. Let's get to why you here.
Assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016. A lawsuit filed.
Evil can look normal. People who were quiet are now speaking out. The world watched as federal agents went into Sean Diddy Combs' expensive houses in Los Angeles and Miami. These were big raids run by Homeland Security. They show a large step. In a Seggs trafficking case that now involves the music star, people have made claims against him for many years. Now many more victims are speaking up. The charges in a federal paper made public are very serious: racketeering group activity. Seggs trafficking, forced work, taking people by force, starting fires, paying people off, and stopping justice. This describes a strong business group said to be based on forcing people, hurting them, and keeping them quiet. The raids gave a troubling look at what the case is about. Police looked closely at 3 places tied to Combs. Video from his Los Angeles house after the raid looked like a storm hit it. Clothes were still hanging up, which was surprising. Police were looking for proof, especially digital proof like videos. A Homeland Security agent reportedly said Combs' Miami house had rooms clearly for Seggs. They had Seggs toys, bondage items, and underwear. Hidden cameras were said to be in these rooms to record people from every angle. Combs could reportedly get to these cameras from far away, letting him watch from anywhere or show the live video on TVs in his house. More trouble came just before the raids. A troubling hotel video from 2016 became public. It showed Combs hurting his girlfriend at the time, Cassie Ventura. The clear video showed his earlier denials were not true. Combs said he was sorry only. After the video was seen everywhere, he said he was truly sorry, that it was his darkest time, and that his actions were wrong. But Cassie's lawyer said the apology was not good and that he only said it because people saw the video. Stories also came out that Combs reportedly paid the hotel $50,000 back then to stop the video from coming out. This video coming out and his apology when the proof was clear made people look closer. It also helped tell the story the accusers have shared. The Cassie video reportedly led to many more lawsuits. Now, along with the federal case, Combs faces many civil claims. Each one gives troubling details that describe a worrying pattern of actions. Rodney Jones, a producer, says Combs forced him to find Seggs workers and do Seggs acts while Combs watched. Jones also says Combs held parties called freak-offs.
Man, but I'm talking about for your birthday. Huh? Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Jones claims girls who were not adults and Seggs workers were given drinks with drugs and hurt at these parties. Other people making claims include Crystal McKinney, who says Combs drugged her and forced a Seggs act. April Lampro talks about 4 times she was allegedly forced into Seggs acts over 5 years. Audria English, a dancer, says Combs prepared her for Seggs trafficking. She says he forced her to have Seggs with guests at his white party. She says the black dress she wore was a sign to others that she was a Seggs worker. She claims he ruined her job when she stopped being involved with him. Thalia Graves says she was drugged and hurt after accepting wine in a car with Combs. She claims she woke up tied up and that Combs was hurting her. Graves later reportedly learned Combs videoed this and shared it. The high number of people now coming forward is very surprising. Lawyer Tony Busby says over 3,285 people have reached out to his group. They say Combs hurt them in some way. After checking, they now stand for 120 people who plan to file civil lawsuits. The group is 60 men and 60 women.
I love this drink. Where you put my bag? I like when you like this, Daddy. Yeah, where you put my bag? Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
Very surprisingly, 25 of these people were reportedly not adults when the claimed abuse happened. Busby says their youngest claimed victim was only 9 years old at that time. Others were 14 and 15. These claims reportedly go back many years. People were quiet for a long time, reportedly because they were afraid and because Combs had power. The similar stories have reportedly shown a troubling way things were done. Lawsuits and reports say the pattern often included bringing people into parties, studio times, or private talks. Victims were reportedly given drinks there. These drinks were often said to have drugs in them, without the victims knowing. When the drugs made people unable to act or do what was asked, the people causing harm reportedly did many different Seggs acts to them. Sometimes people were passed around while others watched. Reports and lawsuits talk about certain strong date drugs. These include Xylazine, called a horse tranquilizer. Also pink cocaine, a mix of ketamine, ecstasy, caffeine, and a psychedelic. GBHE and rohypnol are named too. Tools said to be used for putting liquid drugs into drinks have also been talked about. They were said to be made for putting drugs in quickly and without being seen. More proof mentioned includes a lot of baby oil reportedly found. There is also another big, surprising story. A paper tied to the KFD case in Las Vegas has reportedly come out. It contains a claim that Diddy reportedly paid $1 million to have Tupac Shakur killed. This paper reportedly links Combs to the famous rap fight between the East Coast and West Coast. It also links him to the shootings of both Tupac and Biggie Smalls. This is a claim from a different case, but it now ties Combs to a hip-hop question that has not been answered for a long time. It adds to the idea of a man who can do very bad things. This makes people look even harder at his life and what he is said to have done in the past. The federal paper with charges and the raids led to Combs being arrested. This happened at the Park Hyatt Hotel in New York City. Combs was reportedly seen talking to fans just minutes before police broke into his expensive hotel room. They arrested him there. His lawyer first said Combs would fight the charges very hard. The lawyer thought Combs would get out on bail. He said Combs was in New York willingly to meet with the court system. but Combs did not get out. Two judges heard why he should be let go but said no to bail. In one meeting, Judge Andrew Carter reportedly said something sharp about the Cassie video. He questioned the defense, saying it showed two people who were very in love. The judge reportedly asked, "What's love got to do with that?" This means Combs is still held by federal police. Combs is reportedly held in a special part of the jail in Brooklyn. This area is often used for people who need extra safety, like where R. Kelly and Ghislaine Maxwell were held. His lawyer says he is not suicidal. Some people think he is getting special treatment. A former head of the jail said other people in jail might see Combs as a big target. We have heard some details about him being held. He reportedly misses his private cook. He has a $160 limit to buy things from the jail store each time. He can reportedly buy food like ribby steak, eggplant parmesan, and tacos. This is very different from the rich life he is said to live. His lawyer keeps saying he is not guilty, but the growing pressure from people and the law because of the charges, the raids, the video that came out, and all the accusers has broken the quiet. This case will stay in the public eye as it moves ahead.
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying?